content, equipment, and consistency. Okay? That was unprofessional.
So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Courtney Daniella. Welcome to you. Please subscribe and join this amazing family. And today's video is going to be all about starting YouTube, starting a YouTube channel, and what it is you kind of need to know, and the tips that I have for you on what to do. If maybe you want a YouTube channel or someone you know wants to start a YouTube channel, you can forward them this video and let them see what it is they need to get down if they want to start YouTube and they want the results from it. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So I have been on YouTube for about 1 year now. It has been a very fun ride and it has also come with a lot of lessons, but I can honestly say it is one of the best decisions I have ever made, and it is something I would definitely think of doing long term and full time. I really always recommend that anybody should start one. If you think you have an idea, if you think you would like to be in front of a camera or even behind the camera, if you have an idea and you would love to share it in a creative way, in a way that allows you to express yourself and get your ideas and see them actually happen, start YouTube. It's honestly one of the best websites to do that. So I'm basically gonna break this video down into 3 sections, which is content, equipment, and consistency. Now, content, decide what it is you want to do. Decide what sort of videos you're gonna come on here and make. Is it gonna be comedy? Is it going to be beauty? Is it going to be lifestyle? Is it going to be vlogs? Is it going to be traveling? Is it going to be advice? Is it going to be challenges? What sort of content are you going to put up? Now, if you're similar to me, then your channel hasn't really got one specific sort of video that it makes. I do beauty, I do lifestyle, I give advice, I do talk throughs, I do challenges, I do education based stuff, but you can be as specific or as broad as you like. But just know that the broader you get, the more you're gonna have a diverse audience, and the more diverse your audience is, sometimes it's a hit or miss. Sometimes it means that when you want to get like brand deals and stuff, they see that your audience doesn't necessarily match up to their target audience as much, and that means that you might not get approached by as many brands as you would like, and that goes on to a completely different video which I will make, talking about sponsorships and how to make money on YouTube and all of that stuff. But just be aware of that. If you make a lot of different sorts of videos, you're gonna have a very diverse audience, and you're gonna have to learn how to navigate that and how to work with that. It's not necessarily a negative thing. If you know how to work it, it will always work in your favor. Or you can be very specific. If you are strictly a hair channel, you are strictly a beauty channel, you're strictly a nails channel, you're strictly a cooking channel, you're strictly an education based channel, whenever anybody comes to your channel and they see what it is you're doing and they want to subscribe, they know that video after video they will get that specific subject that will make them stick around. Now that might make you less appealing to the masses, and it may mean that you have a specific target audience. Like I said before, that is not a negative or a positive thing. Just decide what sort of content you want to create and just work on creating it. The next thing is good content. Now once you decide what it is you're going to base your videos on, create content which shows it off very well. Be creative, be as creative as possible. As a lot of people like to say, YouTube is becoming a saturated market. Now if anyone who knows me personally online, you know that I am not a believer in that narrative. I think that YouTube, yes, a lot of people are getting YouTube, and YouTube has been around for years, but in retrospect it's actually a very new thing. Now you would be very surprised as to just how little people have YouTube, but also how little people of a certain demographic have YouTube channels. There is definitely a space on this platform for a lot more people. I mean, maybe like 4 times as more people to have channels, and for YouTube to still not be saturated. The reason why is because everybody has a different perspective on how they would make particular content. Everything has not been exhausted yet. There are different ideas which can still be capitalized off of and you can still have fun with, and I think that there is definitely space for certain things. There is definitely space for certain people on YouTube. I think a lot of the narrative that is pushed is that every black girl has a YouTube channel, and I have a video on that on my channel. But it's this idea that there's so many people jumping on this YouTube wave and everyone's on this YouTube hype, and it's getting just bare girls do it and you're all the same, when the truth is there has to be something unique about you, yes, but if anything, if you can't, you know, if you come on YouTube and you feel like every black girl does makeup tutorials and you just want to come on YouTube to do makeup tutorials, don't let the fact that you want to be a beauty blogger discourage you because you think there's so many out there. Just come on here and be a good beauty blogger. Set yourself apart, be different, have a different personality, be unique, review things in a different sort of way, you know, be the one that does the things very differently, which makes people want to subscribe to you. Because one thing I always tell people when I meet them is that, listen, there are people out there who create a lot of similar content. Search how to highlight and contour. There's thousands and thousands of videos, including mine, so I think you should watch it. There's thousands and thousands of videos, but the reason why you watch certain ones and you keep, after years and years of highlighting and contouring, you still watch people's videos is because you like them. You want to see how they do it. They are unique. And there are still thousands of people out there who still need to learn. Make videos for them. There are thousands of people out there who just want to get to know you as an influencer. Allow that to happen. Come on YouTube and just be you. Do not be scared of the fact that there's a lot of people on there, because there's actually less people on here than you would think. So create content which is of good quality. Be unique. It might be your editing style which is different. It might be your actual content that is different. It might be your filming style which is different. Your quality of video might be up there, which I'll talk about in equipment. There is something about you that is just unique. There is something about you which is just good, and it makes people want to latch on to what it is you are doing. It makes people interested in your content. Find a way to narrow down your content, find out what sort of YouTuber you're gonna be, and just work on making that content the best that you can be, and always have fun making your content. Content is the most fun thing to do, making content, because you can be as creative as you would like to be. I think it's a great opportunity to work hard but not feel as though you're running yourself into the ground. When I first started YouTube, I fell in love with this idea of just creating something. From my perspective, I got to film it, I got to edit it, I got to be everything behind the production, and then I'll put it up and everybody, well not every, but everybody who was watching me appreciated it. And that's what I loved about it. So fall in love with the process of creating content. So that's content kind of out of the way, and let's get on to equipment. Now, the reason why I started with content and not equipment is because most people, when they want to start a YouTube channel, the first thing they think of is, oh my gosh, I have to run out and buy this expensive camera, so I can't do it. But the truth is, whatever you have, whatever your money can afford, whatever it is you have in your reach, whatever resources you have, start off with that. Start off with that and start making content. As long as the content is good, you will get a following. It might not be the largest following, but you'll get enough of a following to kind of boost you up in confidence to know that you can create content whilst you're saving up to maybe get lights and get a camera and get a mic and do all of these things. Now, to actually boil down to the nitty-gritty, equipment is important. Now, I understand that equipment can get quite expensive, and I am a big advocate for, do not buy all your equipment at once. Do not say, because I don't have a ring light, yeah, I can't start filming. Use natural lighting. Because I don't have a Canon camera yet, use your iPhone. Because I don't have a mic yet, use your onboard mic. Like, don't wait till you can get all of your equipment together before you start actually making videos, because that will delay you and it's really just an excuse. So I will personally link down below all of the stuff that I use, but I'll tell you now. The camera that I use to film is the Canon 700D. I also have it on top of a normal, just a generic tripod. On top of it, I have my Rode Video Mic Go, and that is a microphone by Rode. I only got this quite recently, in the last like 2-3 months, and I can see a drastic difference between my onboard microphone, which is a microphone that is built into my Canon 700D, and using an external mic. And this mic does not have batteries. I just plug it into the side of my camera, and the audio quality is just so much more crisp. So if you want like an in-depth review about all the stuff that I used to film, I can do that for you. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually a bit of a tech nerd. I don't know if you guys know that, but I am really into phones and cameras and mics, and I spend a lot of time looking at tech and things like that just because I find it fun. I might not buy the most expensive stuff, like this is not a Rode Mic Pro, but I just love to look into stuff, and whatever my budget can afford is what I will buy because I will live within my means. That's what my mama taught me, and that's what I'm gonna stick to doing. This camera can produce up to 1080p, which is HD. Now 720p and 1080p are the HD settings. I would say in this day and age, in the days of like 4K and even 8K video quality, you can't really put out a video that is not at least at 720p quality, which is HD. Now, before anybody goes loco about it, your phone can film. These days, any phone, any smartphone can record at 720p minimum. The iPhone can record at 1080p, and I believe the new iPhone 7 Plus can either record at 4K, or it might be the Google Pixel, but I think it is the iPhone 7 Plus that can record at 4K. So these days you can get a smartphone which you can vlog on, you can record your full video on, so don't be scared by these big numbers and pixels and da-da-da-da. Just get something that records in HD and you'll be sorted. Now for lighting. Lighting for me is the most important part of videos. Before, when I first started YouTube, I relied strictly on natural lighting. The only issue is I couldn't record. Like right now, what time is it? Right now it's midnight and I'm recording and I have all this light. This would not happen if I was relying on natural lighting. So natural lighting, in my opinion, is actually the best lighting in terms of the way it makes you look. The only issue is obviously you're limited to the natural elements. When the sun goes down, you can't really film. I wouldn't say use your indoor lighting. I wouldn't use my house light or anything like that, just because house lights are usually very yellow and very warm, which doesn't really look that pleasant on camera. The other issue is your house light obviously comes from the ceiling down, so you're lit from the top, but your lighting should be really in your face. Like it should light up your face and all around you rather than just shining down on you. So I have a ring light. I have the Niwa ring light sitting right behind this camera, and then I have two softbox lights on the side. The only issue is it gets extremely hot when I film, and my makeup gets oily very quickly because of how hot it is. But I just bust open a window and I'm calm. When I used to use natural lighting, I then upgraded to just using a ring light. For some reason, I have the Niwa ring light, which is on Amazon. I will link it down below. All of this stuff is from Amazon. I will link it down below. But it just wasn't giving me the look that I needed anymore, and I suddenly found that I had to go to using natural light and my ring light together in order to get enough light into my videos to really look nice. Because what's the point of having good quality with poor lighting, because then your videos look grainy. So the softbox lights are amazing because it gives off this very white light, and the ring light is a bit warmer. It has a little bit of a yellow tint to it, so it kind of just gives me a nice balance of the way my makeup looks on camera. So yeah, that's the equipment that I personally use. In terms of editing is part of equipment. Editing for me makes all the difference. If you have good editing skills, even if you record on your phone with natural lighting, you can make the most amazing videos ever. Just edit in a very creative way. Editing is how you will capture the audience's attention. You can add music, and music adds life. You can actually change the lighting on some editing software such as Final Cut Pro. You can kind of balance the lighting, you can make it a bit warmer, a bit cooler. Don't go too heavy with it, but you can actually make little tweaks. Me personally, I am a cheapskate when it comes to editing software, just because I get everything that I need on free softwares. Now, I use Windows Movie Maker. Some of you may be very shocked to know that I use Windows Movie Maker primarily to edit my videos. The reason why I do that is because it helps me add text, add music, add sound effects, add transitions. I made my intro on Windows Movie Maker and just it's very simple in my opinion. I don't like too many like buttons. I don't like to see too many things. When I first started YouTube was when I really got to grips with editing software. Now I do want to upgrade maybe sometime next year to Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm not really a Mac girl, although I have an iPhone. I'm not really an iOS sort of person, so I doubt I would ever get Final Cut Pro, although I know it is a very good editing software. I feel like Adobe Premiere Pro is just as great. So
at this time of the night, there's ducks outside of my window. Okay.
And to add my overlay, so when you guys see my social media thing ping onto the screen, or when you see like a click for somebody's YouTube or Twitter or something down below, or whatever, when you see in my makeup videos that the product will pop up next to me with a click, I add that sound effect on Movie Maker, but I add the overlay on Microsoft Expression Encoder. Now the reason why I have to have two different softwares is because on Microsoft Movie Maker you cannot add visual overlays, but on Encoder you can. Now Microsoft Encoder is free, Windows Movie Maker is free with any laptop which supports Windows, so HP, Microsoft, Sony, Google, whatever. But if you have a MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, you can get iMovie for free, and then you can upgrade to Final Cut Pro. I do think it's quite pricey though, the same with Adobe to be honest. But yeah, that's how I edit and that's how I film. To me, quality is a big thing in my opinion, the equipment that I use, and just putting out a very clear video which people can watch, because I'm not gonna lie, me going on YouTube these days, if I see a video that's in like 360p, bye. But do not go out and splurge loads on equipment. It has taken me a year to build up this setup. Anytime you get a check from YouTube, I just saved it and then I would buy lighting, I would save it, I would buy a mic, I would save it, I would buy makeup to display, I would save it, I would buy whatever I needed for filming purposes. For the last year, I have reinvested all money that I have made from AdSense back into my channel. Yeah, and let's get on to the last bit, consistency. Now, consistency is very, very, very important, and do not get it confused with a high frequency. You do not have to post every single day in order to be consistent. Now, the way the algorithm works, from what I've heard, posting every day does give you a lot, does get YouTube itself, the website and the company, to push you to the forefront, to the homepage a lot more, because you're driving traffic to the website. However, you do not have to post twice a day or every day in order to build a following. Now, if you did post daily, yes, it would build a following much faster, especially if you have good content which searches well and everything like that. But as long as you upload, in my opinion, once a week when you first start is good. Once every 2 weeks is okay. Now, once a month, that's an issue if you haven't already got a loyal following. Just because when people see those first videos, initial videos, they then go onto your channel and they see that you only have like 2 videos over the last 5 months, they think that you are inactive, like you've stopped YouTubing. They use hope of you actually posting a video again, so they're less likely to subscribe even if they have enjoyed the video that they have watched. So I'll definitely suggest, especially when you start in a time when you have time to be pumping out videos. Now, consistency is hard if you're going video to video, as in, I say I will upload every Wednesday and every Tuesday is when I film a video, because once that Tuesday passes, you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't upload. So one thing I would definitely suggest, which I know a lot of friends that I have do, is bulk film. Bulk filming will change your life. As in, take a day out of the week or out of every other week where you film 2, 3, 4 videos in that day. Change your top, change your wig, change your eyeshadow, change your lipstick from time to time, and literally just bang out videos as much as possible. And then all you'll have to do when the time comes to upload is just edit and post. If you're the sort of person who doesn't really want to edit your videos that extensively, I spend hours editing, I'm not gonna lie. But if you're the sort of person who doesn't spend that much time editing, you're very fast at editing. Editing won't even take you long. It might literally just be a film and just upload situation for you, which is calm. To stay consistent, I would suggest bulk filming is the best thing you can do, and allocating a specific day in a week, in a month, where you're going to film as many videos as possible. Because if you take a day in a month, a day out of 30 days to film 4 videos, that gives you 1 video a week for that month. So think about it. It is easy to do it if you allocate a time to it. If you are very busy, then I would suggest that whole find one day in the month, bang out videos, get yourself sorted, you're done. Content, equipment and consistency, that is all you need. And I wish you all the best on your YouTube channel and on your YouTube journey. You will get there. You might not boom as soon as you start like you expect. For some people it's a slower process, for some people it's a very fast process, but enjoy it. My biggest tip, in order to not get in the spirit of comparison, in order to not get bogged down by the rate of your growth, or in order to not get, you know, even if to not get prideful, in order to really just keep going and want to be consistent, is love what you are putting out there. Do it for the content and not for the numbers. Do it for the sake that you know people should see what it is you're putting out, because it helps them, because you genuinely are passionate about the things that you're creating about. You're passionate about makeup, you're passionate about hair, you're passionate about speaking, you're passionate about gaming, you're passionate about vlogging, you're passionate about whatever it is that you do, and you want to share that with the world. And I always tell people I am my biggest fan, not in an egotistical way, but when I edit a video, the reason why I spend so much time editing is because I want to make sure that before anyone sees it, I am happy with it, that I can look at it and I'm proud of myself, that I made that, I did that, that the quality is up to my standard. That's what I want to see. And if it's not, then I won't put it out. Why? Because I'm my worst critic and I'm my biggest fan. Have that mindset so that you're not chasing numbers, but you're really just trying to be a good content creator. And that's my biggest advice for you. And just start. Don't keep putting it off. Just start it. Just do it. If you do make a YouTube video after this and you do start your channel, please let me know. I'm glad my advice helped you and I would love to support you. And yeah, I'll catch you all in my next video. Stay blessed, stay beautiful. Mwah.